But mid-game, they started doing their own things individually, and then that's when they fell behind.
So, like, on B side, getting Lyra and Gwen, like, we talk about this, I don't think Armada's going to do it, but they have to be very careful about what they pick into this Koshka and Adagio. If they actually lock in the Celeste, I'm not particularly the biggest fan of this. There are other things that can do very well into this Koshka Adagio combo from B side, but they are going to go for the risk. They think the mechanics, their positioning is going to be able to outplay the aggression from Sirius.
Triple ranged into the Koshka here, really relying on Bright Bulwark, you'd say, to do most of your defensive work.
Well, the biggest difference is Adagio is not going to be in the roam position, so I think they see this and they're willing to take a little more risk.
That's going to be the Sigil trying to boost him out. Mango's very low.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I can't believe that Mango actually gets out of that one right there. Old School made the rotation down, trying to help his team out. Can't get through that bush, and is Old School caught? Old School, can he get out? Is anyone going to help him? Someone out, he's down. First blood to Phoenix. Now, Wrecked and Status, they are deep in enemy territory. The Phoenix want to go ahead and try to contest this. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and let it go. They know the jungle has spawned on the opposite side of the map, and it looks like that is where Mango is rotating to right now.
He's going to be able to get some of his farm back, and even though we did see Status picking up the 3 back camps there, but that was a very strong team fight coming out from very early on. But Gankstars Sirius, they do have the early game advantage there still, especially with that Koshka. She's picked up the heavy prism. That's a lot of burst damage that she can apply if she gets up there. I think the problem is they're focusing a lot on the jungle. Maybe we could be seeing them trying to catch out Druid. His range isn't the longest. They can catch him out. His early game power as well isn't the best. So Mango!
Yeah, Mango taking a lot of damage. The Sigil right on time from Lily. This guy really showing off how good he is in that roam position, constantly bailing his ally out of dangerous situations. But this is going to be Status taking the backs one more time away from Phoenix. Let's see if Gankstars can go ahead and keep the mid from being taken by Mango and Willie here. Wreck blood for blood, drops that self Vanguard, trying to go toe-to-toe, but Wreck should be going down. In fact, he is. And now it's going to be Druid making the rotation down. Let's see if this goes over towards Mango. It will, so Mango's going to get that regeneration, keep him on the map, and that's a really big deal. Old School taking this time to go ahead and pressure the lane, gets that Gift of Fire, burns them down, and self-buffs to go ahead and get that damage onto the turret. Druid looks around the backside, Status getting good damage down. They are just completely ignoring him, trying to get that damage down onto the turret. And it looks like maybe they weren't actually quite sure of where his team was.
I would have potentially, if they, you're completely right, they probably didn't know where the team was, but I would have focused on Druid and then focused on the turret because they just kept staying on the turret and got forced. Oh, Mango!
Mango!
Stunned!
Okay, he lands that Core Collapse with Mango. He's in a bad place. There's the Sigil from Willie, but it's not going to be enough to get him out of there this time. That's a kill for Gankstars on the board as Mango goes down.
You've got to realize that Phoenix Armada, with this triple range composition, they don't exactly have the best front line, especially with that Lyra there. Oh, Druid, that's a lot of damage!
Yeah, Status really doing work, able to get the backs and this back region as well. Very important for this Koshka Arden combo. And Status, that's a turret, buddy! You know you're taking shots, doesn't care! Woo!
And that turret has taken so much damage. I think they could actually be the ones to take the first turret, even though Wreck gets stunned.
Wreck stunned, that's a turret shot coming through. Yeah, he's gonna be able to get out of there. How about that aggression coming out of Status, though?
I love it. This is what they need to do. They're applying so much pressure in the jungle, in the lane, and although they're not winning every single skirmish, it's enough for them just to stay in it for now. And right now, if you think about it, Status, if he's able to get onto Mango, if he's able to get onto Druid, we're seeing how much damage he's doing every single time, and that's something that we can consistently provide.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think something Fuji touched on is just the confidence coming out of this team. When you see the aggression, you know that they're feeling confident. It's so important. Druid taking a lot of damage! Druid's down! They're on to Mango. Gankstars moving forward. One more shot, they can take Mango down. He's gonna activate Boots. Double kill! Burns down from that Gift of Fire. Old School's Adagio, one of the best out there. And making it happen right there. He's gonna let the verse out. They want to push this wave and see if maybe they can get this turret down before we can have Druid get back out into the lane. Status and Wreck still in the jungle, taking this away from Phoenix Armada. This is about the best I have seen them play thus far.
This is a great start for Gankstars. With this turret, they're able to slowly move into the side of Phoenix Armada's jungle. We're seeing some scout traps being laid down, and they also have that lane control that they need. And as long as they can keep this pressure up, this is so important for them because this Koshka Adagio combination, we saw Phoenix Armada playing in the first game, and although Adagio's not the roam, it's still extremely powerful.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. No, I mean, just speaking to the mentality of these players, if they can set the pace and keep Phoenix on the back foot, I think it's just such a huge tool for them. And when you're reacting to what Phoenix is doing, you're losing the game. If you can set the pace like this, dictate where they're moving, dictate what you're taking off the map, you're setting yourself up for success here. If they can continue to do so, it really looks like this could be a game for Gankstars to take right here. Right now, Phoenix Armada, I'm sure they're talking to each other, wrapping their heads around exactly what they need to do to stall out this aggression coming out of Gankstars. They've lost one turret. It's really not too bad for them if they can hang on in this game. With this weapon win, with the Celeste, if they get into the late game, it's still going to be very devastating. But Gankstars continuously taking away resources across the map here, just continuously applying pressure. I think you know, what's your thought on this? Do you just pin them up against this turret, keep them out of the jungle, try to choke them out? Do you have to push this?
I think they need to keep them forcing the turret and keep control of the jungle. That's extremely important with this early game composition. And I would say they have the advantage with Old School there. He's able to heal the minions and just set them on fire. And if he can, and he's got such a long range as well. He's got this great potential to deal a lot of damage from the back line. And they have to rely on a lot of Status, who's just took so much damage.
Yeah, Status taking a lot of damage, but a Vanguard from his buddy is able to get him out and into safety. Rex still holding on to the fountain, and with Status able to pick up that back region right there, he's able to heal right back up. So he's in a really good place, and it looks like it's going to be Goldminer going the way of Gankstars as well. The net worth lead just starting to build upon itself as the strategy and gameplay for Gankstars is really coming together here.
It definitely is. Rekt also has that gauntlet that he hasn't used yet. And if you look at the builds of Phoenix Armada, Mango's the only one there with the reflex box. He does have that skedaddle, but if he's able to throw down that gauntlet onto any member of Phoenix Armada, it's a great opportunity for Stasis to jump straight in there and just do a lot of damage, because there's also not much shield on Phoenix Armada.
No, there's not a lot right now, and Status looking to just burst someone down. Let's see, it really feels from the positioning of Gankstars that they want to find a kill right there. Not going to find it, so not pushing the advantage or the disadvantage into that turret situation. A smart play out of them. They just need to continue to apply this pressure. Willie just holding on with his allies, healing them up where he can. Throwing that sigil out, I guess, just being a bit of a nuisance. They're all going to port back and pick up some items here. It's Frostburn for Celeste once again.
And that makes sense because Koshka she's so fast, and even if Mango's able to get away in time, you want to be able to slow that Koshka down. And you want to be able to slow the Koshka down just so you can get to the back line and just be able to apply damage from there. And that was a close escape there for Willie, but I think what we kind of have to think about right now is also that Verse of Judgment coming out from Old School. And if they combine this lockdown that they have, it's so much that they can do. And it's just so tense right now. I think Gankstars Sirius are being very cautious in their approach. They've been holding on to that gauntlet and the Yummy Catnip Frenzy for a very long time now.
Yeah, they are, but it's a smart play, right? You don't want to force this right now. They're a little bit split up. Status is going to make the rotation down. Druid and Willie sitting in the bush. Status is going to jump in. Bright Bulwark's down. Druid taking a lot of damage, so is Status. Aces High is going to be blocked off right there. The Solar Storm comes through, but Status still alive. Rekt did use that fountain. Willie still holding on to his, and it's going to be Phoenix starting to collapse down onto Gankstars. This is a dangerous situation right here. Yummy Catnip Frenzy out onto the Druid. Status is down! Old School lets out that burst. It's going to come through. Doesn't really do anything. Arcane Passage forward. And Rekt should be cleaned up here. Gauntlet the opposite way. Or Glassnod on the mark. Arcane Passage, they all take a ride!
Oh, that's the ace!
That's the ace,
oh,
and
no.
Just a complete disaster for Gankstars. The entire advantage they have built up this whole game just vanishing in the blink of an eye.
I think the problem is Status, he's very far away. He's taking on a lot of damage, so he's being very cautious. That's exactly what he needs to be doing. But he jumps onto Druid. Druid blocks it with a skedaddle there. And what's really clever there is whilst Old School is channeling the Verse of Judgment, Team Phoenix didn't have that Crucible, so what they did was they clumped together and Lyra threw down the sigil, so it mitigated a lot of the damage coming out from it.
I just don't know why Gankstars chose to fight that fight. Everything is on the line here. You have to play perfectly. You take a fight when you do not have Fountain and your opponent does. It seems like a sketchy situation, but you know what? These guys, they're much better players than myself. Let's see if they can find a way to continue winning this third game here. Honestly, if they go down here, this is Phoenix going to finals. Gankstars are going to be sitting here in the stands with all the fans just watching the action. they're going to have to play perfectly from here on out if they want to end this game and go to game number 4 here in this best-of-5 series. Gankstars moving as a unit. We do have infusions out on Status's Koshka right now and Old School's Adagio. They are ready to fight. There are no infusions. Well, Druid's holding his infusion in inventory right now. So if they do get into an engagement, Druid's going to be able to pop that and have a little bit of advantage for himself. As far as these power spikes we talked about earlier, are these teams hitting them on the pace that you would expect?
They are. They absolutely are. I think when Old School also gets the Broken Myth as well, that's going to be doing a lot of damage. But I think Gankstars Sirius, they're still looking great. Even though they got aced just then, they still have the gold lead, and Phoenix Armada weren't able to get too much objective-wise. But right now, I think Skasis, he needs to be a little bit more assertive in how he's applying this aggression. Because as that Koshka, once it gets into the late game, when Koshka's jumping in right into the middle of all 3 members of Phoenix, you're putting yourself at a lot of risk.
You really are, but I mean, that's the beauty. You can jump in, you get that gift of Fire Splash right on top of everybody. Rekt can follow with a Vanguard. If they play it properly, they can blow one of these targets completely out of the water. They haven't managed to do that in the last couple minutes. If they can play safe and not get caught here again, not take a bad fight when they don't have Fountain up, I think they'll do just fine. But Phoenix looking pretty confident here as they started to push a little bit farther out of their side of the map than they have for the last few minutes. Phoenix just continuing to farm. 120 last hits now for Druid, 12 minutes into this one. 95 on the opposite side of the map for Old School. Gauntlet down from Rekt. He found them. Phoenix, are they going to be able to go down here? We have Gankstars following in. Status trying to find the kill. Arcane Passage trolling them out. Old School taking a lot of damage. Ace is high on the mark. Old School finding the kill. Now Status is chasing in. He sees Willie. He wants to be able to find this kill, but he's taking some turret shots and basics. He's going to be able to get out of here. He does get that Vanguard from Rekt, and Gankstars able to find a kill. They don't lose anybody, and it looks like they will be getting the jungle as well. And we're only a couple minutes from Kraken getting out on the map. Honestly, when you get this sort of advantage, Shingy, it's all about just choking your opponent out until you can get that Kraken, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and they're doing a really good job. They've got a few scout traps down in the side of Phoenix Armada. Lane is always constantly being pushed up, which is really important. And if they can just hold out till that Kraken comes out, then that's a great opportunity to engage, because that fight just then with that Gauntlet was a great engagement because they just threw everything they had. And I think that was one of the moments where we saw Gankstars Sirius in this game being truly aggressive.
You know what I'd really like to see? You know, and what's impressed me almost more, I love to see all these professional players here, best players in the world, and they're making these plays all the time, but Hammer's velocity, the sneaky plays that they were making yesterday, that's what I want to see out of Gankstars right now. Take a minion miner and sit behind it, wait for them to come take it, surprise them. I think if they could catch Phoenix Armada off guard, that would be their best option right now. Well, it looks like they go for this minion miner. They're going to go ahead and let it tick down. The Gift of Fire actually not going to clean it up, so they move away and let it go. I don't know if that was calculated or not. But Gankstars still applying this pressure. Status taking that back tree on one more time. He's going to get the full backs. Gankstars are just choking Phoenix out, but I mean, you look at the net worth difference, it's really not that big of a deal.
It's just over a K gold lead, and I think I would agree with you. Taking that minion mine is very important, and forcing a fight using the Gauntlet to keep all 3 members of Phoenix Armada trapped within the vicinity. So that way you're having like technically an extra person applying damage there.
Drop a minion candy, drop the Gauntlet,
Exactly.
Just go to town. Sounds like a plan to me. Rekt, he's kind of caught out here. Ace is high off the mark. Rekt will giggle and walk away from that one right there. Pretty happy to have that ultimate on cooldown. Drops the Gauntlet! They're all caught inside. Status is going to be looking for Druid on the backside, but he's taking a lot of damage. Status, I don't know about that one. Druid taking a lot of damage right here.
Oh, okay.
Looks like maybe some issues going on there.
I definitely think there were some issues going on there. I mean, it started off a bit questionable with the Gauntlets. He already had very, very low health.
And, okay, Mike's back. We are back into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Gankstars, looking to close this out and keep themselves live in this tournament. 16 minutes in here. We talked about this Kraken spawning on the map, going to be a big deal. And Gankstars starting to take it right now.
Yes, we're seeing that Mango. He does have that Solar Storm available. I don't know if we're seeing an attempt to steal. There's the Gauntlet!
The Gauntlet wrecked! Pulls the trigger on that Gauntlet. It's going to be Druid blocking that, moving into the back line.
They
got him! Mango's down. Druid should be going down to Status right here. Druid turns it around. Old School's on the chase, on to Willie. Willie's gonna activate those boots. And it looks like they're gonna look to hunt him down, but Mango just getting demolished there.
Yeah, he just, when he walked through that gauntlet, it just took, he just took so much damage, and I think he just took a
Old
little
School
bit-
upgraded his boots! Old School
Oh, no.
upgraded the boots to be able to catch him. Old School, he took the
oh,
wrong path right there, but those are the places like, see, Status found him. Nice right forward to go ahead and slow them down. Willie should be chunked down here, but Druid with that buckshot bonanza, slowing him down a little bit. Is Druid gonna be able to get out of this one? Does use his own boots to get out of that. I mean, there's so many things that just happened that I absolutely love. The aggression out of Rekt, and I touched on this before, but I can't tell you how much it's such a good feeling to see someone make a decision that fast. Rekt saw the enemy, dropped Gauntlet instantly. That is what they need to do to win this game.
Absolutely. When you have this triple range composition, it's all about being able to get on top of them. And even though Druid and Mango, they do have the reflex blocks available, but you also have to consider the other methods of lockdown that Gankstars Sirius have. Phoenix Armada, they're playing more as a poke composition. Oh, is this gonna be a repeat?
Is this a replay? What is going on right now? They're gonna walk right through. Mango taking a lot of damage, but he get the Solar Storm off. Mango's down. Willie and Druid getting pretty good damage down. 2 versus 3. Rekt did use his found an aggressive arcane passage forward into the Bright Bulwark. Old School, he takes it onto the back lines, gets a Vanguard. Old School trying to find damage on the Druid. Old School trying to show him how N8 does it there. Not able to find the kill, but the aggression is beautiful to watch. While this team might be down in the series, you can see why they are fan favorites.
Absolutely, and I've got to say I was very confused at the start of that engagement because it looked identical to the one before, but they lost Mango again. Druid and Willie, they're just not being able to output enough damage because they need to be able to poke, but Gankstars Sirius, by being this aggressive and getting the jump on them every single time, it's not allowing Phoenix Armada to build up their breaking point stacks or the broken myth stacks, and that's exactly what Gankstars Sirius need to keep doing.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, it makes me so happy to see this high level of play right here. Phoenix, they have to make a different decision, a different approach when they get in there to contest this next Kraken attempt. And Gankstars, they're going to start this up one more time. Willie with the flare, the sigil into the bush. They know that this is happening right now. It looks like Gankstars aren't even really trying to commit to this. It's just simply a bait. But Phoenix not being baited in. It's Mingo and Druid in the lane, getting that gold. You're going to see a port back from Willie, right? And this is an opportunity, if Gankstars knew this was happening, that they could just jump on the Kraken right now. It's actually Mango ported back as well. Mango picks up an Aegis right here.
But I have a controversial point to make.
Make it.
I actually think it might be better for Phoenix Armada to let Gankstars Sirius take the Kraken, because I think Phoenix Armada would do really well with the Kraken pushing against it because it'll allow them to build up the stacks.
Yeah, I don't think that's controversial at all. I think it's definitely a strategy they could look to employ here, especially as you talked about getting into the late game where they're going to be doing just fine.
Right now, Gankstars Sirius are definitely trying to bait them out with the Kraken every single time, and Phoenix Armada, this is something they need to be wary of. But I think they should just let this one go.
Well, at this rate, it looks like it will go over to Gankstars. Phoenix making their way out. We've got Druid and Willie a little bit behind as Mango's in the front line one more time for his team. 4 treads forward. I don't know if Rekt wants to go for this. Is he going to gauntlet over the wall? The Bright Bulwark!
Beautiful!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, Rekt.
What is happening right here? Phoenix Armada taking a pretty good defensive stance right there, but they're going to turn it around. Druid looking to get aggressive. Rekt taking a lot of damage. Activates that Crucible and the Fountain, but Status blocked off with that Bright Bulwark. Status still alive with the Vanguard and the help of his ally. Old School takes Willie down. Status is still alive! Jago goes down! Double kill! Gankstars are doing it! This is going to be their Kraken. That is the fight they need to take. How is Status alive?
They can't take the Kraken. They have to go home.
Oh my goodness, they can't do it.
Okay, they can't do it. They can't do it. Okay.
My heart cannot handle this.
That fight, it was just absolutely insane. We're about to
Break
see
it down for
here.
us.
So Rekt, he's just taking a lot of damage, but he stays alive the whole time. They force their fountain out, but that bulwark just coming out from Willie every single time just does exactly what it needs to do. Arcane Pass isn't enough, and Mango, he's got such low energy, he can't stay in the fight, and he's in the wrong position. But starting the Kraken now.
Old School also making so many plays. I mean, all of Gankstars have turned up this game. I commented on what Rekt's been doing on this Arden, but Old School also making so many plays on this Adagio. He's used Lyra's Arcane Passage against Phoenix Armada multiple times to get into the proper position. This man does not want to lose this game right now.
Absolutely not. And what's
Not ready to go home.
There's so much armor on the side of Gankstars Sirius. It looks like they're just not focusing on Druid. Mango, they have, they're just like jumping onto Mango every single time, and then focus on Druid because they're able to stay alive against all of his attacks. But we have the Kraken out now. It's a tense moment for both of the teams.
Oh, the Kraken marching down the lane. Fortress forward from Rek. Maybe seeing an opportunity here. They decide not to go for it. Pretty smart decision there. Willie, Mango, and Druid looking to get damage down onto this Kraken without getting engaged upon. And Old School just sieging from the back lines, getting that Vanguard from Rek, keeping him in and out of position in these fights. Looks like they're able to get this choke point turret as well. So 2 turrets will be taken by this Kraken push here. And Gankstars Sirius that much closer to taking game 3 here.
An incredible game for them, and they're just looking so well in the team fights, and it's all because of Rekt. I have to agree with you there. He's being super aggressive. We're seeing the war chest coming out and then the gauntlet being thrown down, and every single time he's catching all 3 members of Phoenix Armada, which is what he needs to do because they're just jumping on individual members, and it's just they have so much damage there. The double crystal is working really well, and I think Mango and Druid, they did pick up slightly late Aegises, and I would have preferred to see the shield coming out earlier.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's definitely a criticism that makes sense there. But Druid, he does have those tier 3 boots. Mango just sitting on the tier 1 right now. Maybe he's going to be a bit of a problem for him, especially if he's in that frontline situation for his team. Well, let's see. I'm very curious to see what Gankstars do in the next few minutes here, as they have gotten a lot of work done. They have all their turrets up. They're in a great position right now. This is the largest net worth lead they've had thus far in the game. But Phoenix are really starting to scale. They have massive damage output. If Old School oversteps himself, he could get melted down. Same thing for Status. Rek really has to be on point to keep his team alive. I mean, that last engagement, when Rek Crucible fountained, it was almost over for his team, able to keep them alive in that situation. And a little bit of sneakiness, maybe, perhaps? A little sneakiness coming out?
Definitely some sneakiness coming out there. And Phoenix Armada, they look like they're just moving forward in the lane ever so slightly. I don't know if Gankstars Sirius will be able to get the jump on them because they have the minion mana. I think Phoenix Armada are going the other way.
Oh, they don't know where they are.
Uh-oh.
Well, hello.
Rekt.
That's a buckshot to the face. Ape's Eye's going to land on Rek. Core collapse as well, but Status, he's in to the back lines now. Yummy Captain Frenzy onto Willie. Willie's locked down. Are they going to be able to get him? Solar Storm! Status's face! Oh! Old School with the burst coming through. Druid takes a lot of damage. Druid gets melted by Old School. Old School wants some. He's on the Mango.
Run
Gets
away!
some! Old School!
He needs to run away. Oh.
Make it happen, Captain, right there. Old School turning up right now.
Absolutely, and I think one really important thing in these team fights that we have to know is Mango did not have any energy regeneration items. He is not able to live through these fights long enough to output the damage that he needs. And I think if he just has an Eve of Harvest, it would help so much in the team fights. I don't know if Willie can do this.
What is?
Oh my gosh.
What's the play, Willie?
Are you gonna do this?
Willie.
I don't know if he can steal
Are you
this.
gonna go in for the steal, Willie?
Oh, they're turning!
Old School!
They're turning on him!
Hi, my name's Old School.
Uh-oh.
I'm here to kill you. It's gonna be a dead Willie right here. Get it! Get him! Oh! Willie!
Use the War Tread!
Wow!
Oh!
Takes down.
Nice!
That's the ace! Gankstars!
Right, this is the moment where Team Phoenix cut a flank in onto Gankstars, but the main issue in this team fight is that they focused everything they had on Rekt in terms of crowd control. They do manage to take out Status, but it's just not enough, and Mango, he's running so low on energy. Verse of Judgment does so much damage there, and I think this is the key point, is that there's not enough energy on Mango. He's not able to throw out those Helios as he would like to do, and...
My goodness, great. When Old School is on form,
he's on form.
he takes down anybody. He's making these plays right now. Phenomenal to watch. Gankstars get the Kraken. Only 2 turrets remaining for Phoenix Armada. Unbelievable plays right here.
I mean, it's just so great to see. I mean, so many times we've said Gankstars Sirius, they're a very emotional team, and even though they're 2-0 down, it doesn't look like it's affected them. They're playing so well right now.
They really are. They've turned up in this game, and every single member adding to this win potential here. Kraken marching down the lane. Gankstars fans, I'm sure, would hope that they don't throw this advantage away right now. Phoenix hoping for this just godly defense that needs to come out. Can Phoenix Armada defend this? pulled himself back into this game. They still have a chance here. Stats, a lot of damage coming out from Mango. The Helios start to go down. Druid's locked onto Old School, getting a lot of damage down. But Status!
No!
Status is dead! Status is dead! Druid looked like he wanted to go for Old School. Rekt getting pretty good damage down, being a bit of a nuisance, but Rekt really can't afford to go down here. They're going to stop the teleports while simultaneously taking down the Kraken. Rekt, what's the play, buddy?
Oh dear, this is...
Oh, Rekt.
Oh.
And finish it!
No,
Finish it, Rekt. Get in there! Get that turret!
he did it! Yeah!
Rekt! Rekt is on one today.
Oh,
Absolutely making the plays. With style. He says, you know what?
Absolutely.
I'm going this way.
That was absolutely great, but one issue we have here with Rekt going down is that Old School is the only one left alive, and there's a long delay before Rekt is back out and Gankstars Sirius have their full team again. So this is actually a really good moment for Phoenix Armada to turn it around, become a little bit more aggressive, and try and take that first turret.
What is that what they do? Is that all they do? They just go for the turret? Is there anything else they need to look to accomplish in this moment?
What they need to do is get some vision down, because right now, there is the chance of backdoor, and throughout this tournament, we've seen a lot of those attempts happening and actually working. But they need to definitely be a bit more aggressive, start taking control of the jungle, and definitely get that first turret. It's such a priority. Rekt is not out for 15 seconds, and without him, I think Phoenix Armada can definitely take on Old School and Status.
Well, they definitely can, but that's only if Status and Old School let themselves be put into a position that Phoenix could capitalize on. I do not think that's going to happen right here, right now. Rekt has respawned, in my opinion, the MVP of this game. And it's really hard call between him and Old School. This is just incredibly tough. He's out on the map. Good Mango Willie. They stun Old School. Solar Storm's going to come through, but nobody down just yet. A nice Vanguard from Rekt onto Old School. Keeps him in a nice position there. That was an opportunity missed for Phoenix Armada, where they could have started to throw this snowball in a reverse direction. But you look at this net worth right now, Phoenix in the lead.
That is because they have taken 2 Krakens, and they've managed to take the first turret as well. In terms of gold bounties, that is a lot of gold going towards their side, and that is part of the reason why they have the gold lead, despite only taking 1 turret away from Gankstars Sirius. So all 3 members, they're all back up.
But strategically, it is so tough to make the call between the Kraken and knowing that a backdoor could happen. That's a gauntlet down, stuns up Druid, he'll skedaddle backwards. Yummy Catnip's going to be blocked off right there. Burst is going to come out, lands onto Willie, stunned up. They're going to turn around, Solar Storm's going to connect with Status. That's the fountain from Rekt, keeps him alive. Willie's dead. Rekt on the front line, Status around the backside. Old School's doing work. Old School going ham. Get the damage down.
They're going.
It is 2 versus 1 right now. It is only Mango remaining for Phoenix Armada. Gankstars will stay alive in this tournament unless Mango can shut them down single-handedly. 2 Helios land. Old School's in there. Old School stunned up. Helio lands. He's getting in there. A lot of damage, a lot of basics off. 1 more Helio's not going to land. 2nd Helio misses. Status so low. What do you do in this situation? Oh, I do not know if he can do this. Status is pinned in. Mango can get down. Old School on the backside. Status goes for it. Old School gets it.